I'm not one to get spooked easily. You know me, I'm the guy who volunteers to watch scary movies alone in the dark and then sleeps like a baby afterward. But this was different. This is something I can't shake off, and honestly, I don't think I ever will. It started on a Wednesday night. I remember because I had just finished up some late night work and decided to kick back with a beer, unwind. Now, I live in a quiet neighborhood, super quiet. Most of my neighbors are older, and they're usually in bed by 9, so it was weird to hear anything at that time. But I figured maybe it was just a delivery guy dropping something off at the wrong house. Happens all the time, right? So, I get up, open the door, and there's no one there. The street lights are flickering like they do sometimes, casting these long shadows that always make me feel like someone's lurking just out of sight. I step outside, glance around, nothing. No people, no cars, no delivery trucks. I chalked it up to maybe hearing things and went back inside. But about 15 minutes later, there's another knock. This time it's louder, more deliberate. It wasn't like someone accidentally knocked, or maybe a branch hit the door. It was like someone was waiting for me to open it. So, I grab my phone and walk to the door again. I don't open it right away this time, though. I just peek through the peephole. And what I saw, man, I wish I hadn't looked. There was this kid standing there. He was maybe 10, 12 at most, wearing this old, ratty hoodie. His head was down, so I couldn't see his face. The weird thing was, he was just standing there, perfectly still, hands by his sides. He wasn't fidgeting or anything, just standing there like some statue. I don't know, something about him gave me the creeps, so I didn't open the door. Instead, I called out, "Hey, kid, you okay? You lost or something?" No response. He didn't even move. Now, here's the part where normal me would have just shut the blinds, locked the door, and forgotten about it. But there was something about him. I felt this weird pressure in my chest, like I had to do something, like I had to help him. Against my better judgment, I cracked the door open. Just a bit, mind you, and that's when I saw his face. Or, rather, I didn't. There were no eyes, no nose, no mouth, just this smooth, pale skin where a face should have been. It was like something had wiped it clean. I froze. I couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. And then, he took a step forward. I slammed the door shut so fast I nearly broke my wrist. My heart was pounding, and I felt sick. I don't even know how long I stood there, just staring at the door, waiting for him to knock again, or worse, break in. But he didn't. The knocking stopped, the house went quiet, and eventually, I convinced myself it was some kind of weird hallucination or maybe a prank, like one of those viral TikTok things. But deep down, I knew it wasn't. And that was just the beginning. For the next week, I felt like I was being watched. You know that feeling when you can just tell someone's eyes are on you? I'd catch glimpses of movement out of the corner of my eye. But when I turned to look, nothing would be there. Shadows in my house seemed wrong, like they didn't match up with the objects casting them. At night, I'd hear soft footsteps outside my window, but every time I looked, the street would be empty. One night, I woke up around 10 a.m., of course, the witching hour, right? And I felt that same pressure in my chest, like something was pressing down on me. I couldn't move. My room was freezing cold, and I swear I could hear faint breathing, like someone was standing right next to my bed. I tried to move, tried to scream, but nothing came out. It felt like an eternity, just lying there, frozen in fear, waiting for I don't even know what. And then, out of the corner of my eye, I saw him. The kid. Faceless, just standing in the doorway of my room, perfectly still, like before. I shut my eyes tight and prayed it was just a nightmare, that when I opened them, he'd be gone. But when I did, he was closer, at the foot of my bed. That's when I lost it. I started thrashing, trying to get out of bed, but it was like my body was stuck in place. I don't know how, but eventually, I managed to break free, and when I did, he was gone. Just like that. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. Hell, I haven't slept much since. Every night I feel like he's just waiting, watching. I've put up cameras around my house, but they never catch anything. No footsteps, no movement. It's like he's not real, but I know he is. I moved since then, got out of that house, tried to start fresh somewhere new. But sometimes, late at night, when the house is quiet, I swear I hear that knock again. And I know, one day, I'm going to have to open the door.